The trumpets fill the air. The sky fills with ripples of red and orange and yellow, almost like it's on fire, despite the fact that you are hours away from dawn. The wreckage and rubble of the meteor rest in this now verdant valley that once housed it. The crater is now a moss and grass covered field. The scientists and civilians and miners and workers that all dove out into the crater, now almost petrified in wood and fungal form and plant matter, like a grotesque hedge maze. And then a crack of lightning, a peal of lightning from this swirling sky, and from it another beam of light mirroring the one that was in the center of this meteor. It crashes down into the ground, and there is a smell of burning plants, that comforting feeling of like a campfire, that smell that for us is the sign of relaxation and sort of like comfort, but for this particular is one of fear. Because as you see the fire creep out in snake-like patterns and tendrils reaching out, there is a cocoon almost at the point of impact, and it cracks like an egg, and a slender arm reaches out, covered in vines and small wrapped ivy. And then another hand cracks out through, and a humanoid figure standing about 8 feet tall pushes its way out of this egg. They are slender, made up entirely of these twisting vines. They aren't a full body. Where the vines don't fully connect, you can see right through them. You can see an absence of organs and bones. They seem to be completely made up of this plant matter. A twisted crown of thorns adorns their head. A hard brow of ivy forms sort of their facial features. Other than that, they are completely blank. And with a wipe of a hand, you see a face appear. And they begin slowly striding towards you. And once they hit the incline of the crater, they ascend up it, vines reaching up from the ground, lifting it up and towards all three of you. And that's when you feel the first tinge of pain, the first feeling of a burning sensation. And you notice that the fibers of your clothes are beginning to melt. And then you smell the smell of burning hair as you feel facial hair and eyebrows and the tips of your hair beginning to curl and burn. This is Seraph radiation at dangerously close proximity. What would you all like to do?
Alexis is like, she's got her radio in her hand and she's just screaming, scramble everything, get everything we got, mayday, mayday. I don't even know if the radio is working. I don't think she's cognizant enough to tell. She's just screaming and running for her robot.
Yeah, I also take off. I can't look this thing in the eyes. It's get to the giant robot.
Yeah, Weyne kind of ignores all of the other weird stuff happening around him, locks eyes directly with this weird thing, books it to his mech, and she's like, not about to find out what the fuck this is all about. And I'm going to try to suit up as soon as possible.
Cool. You all begin just tearing off through the perimeter, the walls that line the crater, down towards where the hangar is. And with an extended arm, a torrent of leaves and vines and plant matter and dirt and wood shoot out in front of you, making this large wall that blocks your progress. You can feel your skin starting to blister and boil. The side that is facing out into or out towards the Seraph is now it's like you had fallen asleep on one side in the sun for days. You can feel it beginning to peel. You can feel blisters forming underneath the skin. You're becoming raw and tender, and even just moving your arms and your legs, the feeling of your clothes rubbing against it is excruciating pain. And could everyone give me an agility check, please? Sorry, is it mobility? Mobility is the skill,
mobility
right?
is the skill.
Yeah.
Yeah, give me a mobility
I got
check.
none of. That's no successes.
I have one success.
I also have one success.
Oh, wait, I also need to roll my stress. Yeah, no, I'm good.
It seems important. Should I push it?
Yes, you could push this. Yes, take
Alright,
a
I'm
stress and
gonna
push.
it. I only have 3, so this is a long shot.
Remember to roll that stress dice.
Oh, true.
Gives
yeah.
you an option, you know,
Stress dice.
it's possible.
Yep. Nope. That is no successes on my front.
Okay, Simon and Alexis, this wall that's in front of you shoots out a torrent of vines towards you. You are both able to just narrowly get out of the way. However, Weyne, you are not fast enough. The vines wrap themselves around your wrists and your ankles and around your throat, and you can feel these tiny little thorns beginning to break the skin and draw blood. The one around your throat is strangely the most gentle. It seems like it's not trying to choke you. It's just trying to restrain you. And it then kind of turns you around and snaps you back into the wall. At which point, Alexis and Simon, you see plant growth beginning to rapidly cover over Wayne's extremities. It starts at his fingertips and begins creeping up around his wrists and then on his forearms and up to his biceps. And he's almost being sort of like engulfed by this plant matter wall. And then you hear a voice speak. It's booming and all-encompassing, but still very, very soft. Almost like someone has turned a speaker up full volume, put it against your ear, and now you can hear something whispering. And the voice says, "Do not run, children. Do not run. I'm not here to harm you. No, I am here with a gift and a simple task. A mission. You cling to life. You cling to reality. And I'm giving you the opportunity to restore what once was. Gaze upon my bounty." And the seraph gestures down to the verdant valley that has been created down into the crater and says, "We have not seen life like this for a very long time. I can bring it back. I just need you to be my loyal caretakers, my tenders of the forest, someone to look after the garden. Will you accept this call?"
I guess Wayne is all tied up. He can still speak though, right?
Yep. You're just sort of like encased in pretty much just your chest and kind of like your from your knees up and your face are sort of
Yeah, you see Wayne like not really resisting the vine situation, but he kind of looks around and he's just like, "It's been a whole day of seeing shit that wasn't there. How do we know this is real?"
He floats in and lands in between the three of you. And when he is that close, you feel it immediately. There's another burst of this radiation, and you can feel like the skin. You can feel your fingertips pretty much exposed now. You look down and your bone is visible. Can everyone give me, I believe, an endure check? Hold on.
Oh god.
God damn it.
Oh, thank God. 1-6.
I got so many 5s, but no dice.
I also have no dice.
Hey, maybe it's because I'm protected by these nice, warm, welcoming vines.
Let's fucking go. I'm gonna re-roll these. Let's get more stress up in this.
Oh,
Now's the time to push,
I don't-
baby.
yeah, Simon's losing hope.
Sorry, you're rolling a command.
A command.
Not endure.
Yes, not endure.
Okay.
Oh.
Empathy.
So do you want to just re-roll those? Because it's a
Do I
different...
re-roll then?
Yeah, fuck it. Yeah, re-roll 'em.
Yes, that goes from 3 dice to 9 dice.
I went from
But
5
this
to
time
3.
it's another fail, but this time I panic.
Hey, I got 2 1s. That's bad, right?
Are any of them on your stress dice?
Oh, I have a stress dice. No.
I don't think anything happens when you get ones on your skills.
So I have more panic than successes. So I instantly get 1, right?
So you lose a stability.
Yeah. Oh, I just lose stability. Okay. So I rolled a 6 plus 2, so 8.
Stability is reduced by another 1.
God damn it.
Yikes.
anxiety begins filling you, and rightfully so.
Yeah.
This is bad.
Yeah. Alexis is just like clutching her walkie, and like she's just like, Code White, it's fucking Seraph.
I rolled 3 successes.
Whoa.
Okay, does that get you anything?
There's not really any stunts for it. A command does have the ability for me to help stop someone from panicking, but it's not naturally a stunt. I don't think command has stunts in the same way as combat does.
Okay. Then you hear Alexis like freaking the fuck out. Did you fail as well, Weyne?
Yeah, I got no successes there.
You see Weyne pretty much starting from the nose down. Wayne's face gets torn apart and is just obliterated. What was once a body being held in that wall is now just bone and ash, as what was left gets pulled in and nourishes the wall.
If Weyne is able to speak at all during this, and once he starts to feel this pain, he just kind of mumbles to himself and shakes his head, and he's just like, it's all come to this. It's what I deserve. As he begins to, I guess, fade away into this wall.
Yeah, Alexis is just like, Code White, please, is anyone there, please?
Did you? You got 1 success, right?
Me? No, I failed as well. I failed and panicked.
Oh, gosh.
As you guys watch Weyne get obliterated by this wave of radiation, Simon, you turn around as Alexis's voice is cut short, and you hear the sound of a radio drop to the ground. A high-pitched feedback screeches from the radio as when you turn around, you just see once again a pile of ash, bone, and seared clothing. You are barely holding on. Being this close to a seraph, you feel not only your physical form, but everything that you are beginning to be torn apart. And the seraph takes steps towards you, leaving behind in its footsteps small verdant patches, wildflowers, grass, moss, mushrooms. And it reaches a hand out to you. 2 hands extend. Its fingertips sort of elongate with vines as they kind of wrap around behind your head, and it kisses you on the forehead, and it says, "Sweet tender, will you plant the seed for me?" And its chest opens up, and inside you can see a small glowing golden seed.
I've always wanted my own little Garden of Eden.
Yes, and that's what I'm offering. Paradise.
I'm gonna shoot my gun to its chest 3 times if I can. Being this close.
Hell yeah.
Roll me a close quarters, please. Or sorry, range attack.
Aiming for the seed specifically, if I can shoot this seed to pieces.
Yeah.
Range combat or close combat?
Range combat, please, if you're shooting.
Are, like, strands with dead people allowed to be tapped?
I don't know, to be honest.
Can he tap a strand with my ash?
I'm gonna push it.
Okay.
Always reassuring.
Hold on, how do I use break the cutie? I have to panic. Fuck. 1 success.
You are able to, in this sheer force of presence that the Seraph is exhibiting right now, you're able to... What does this look like? You tell me how you're able to do it.
Once again, all Simon has ever wanted is sort of like a family, like people to accept him, like after he lost his mother. And he had that. Like the last 2 days of them doing stuff and working together and actually getting to know each other have been some of the best days he's had since he's joined. And in this moment, watching Weyne and Alexis vanish from existence, given that choice of survival to serve or to just die on his own terms, for the first time, Simon finds that little fire in his stomach at the face of true madness, and he just reaches down to his hip, angles up his pistol, and he fires.
And you strike true. You shoot your gun, and you just keep pulling the trigger until it clicks empty. And the Seraph looks down, completely unscathed, and says, "How disappointing." And then it snaps your neck. An alarm wakes all 3 of you. You wake up in a cold sweat in your bunk.
Jeez.
And you know this alarm. You're familiar with it. It's the alarm of an encroaching horror towards the crater. The time on the clock sort of signifies that you're night. It's like 2 or 3 a.m.
Do we remember everything that had just happened?
You remember everything that just happened.
Check the calendar?
It is the night or the day after your successful mission. So before you did the investigation, the night that you saw the wrench, when you guys ended up going to see Sandu earlier, when he had invited you in the morning, you went to go see him earlier. So it is the day or the night before the investigation took place that you guys
Or
did.
fucking Groundhog Day.
In the previous episode.
Oh my god.
Alexis stumbles over to the bathroom and just starts throwing up. Like, just vomiting so hard and, like, gasping and, like, shaking and just, like, loss of breath. And then she gets up and, like, rinses out her mouth and spits and ties her hair back and stares at herself in the mirror and then starts heading towards the bay as if everything's okay.
Wayne, what do you do when you wake up?
Remembering everything that had just happened, I'm going to immediately look at my empty bottle of booze and just shake my head. I'm just like, you've been hitting different these days, that's for sure. And I'll bring it with me. I'll bring a new bottle as I head out and see what the heck everyone else has been experiencing.
The bottle that had previously been smashed, is that unsmashed now?
I guess so, yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
it would be, yeah.
Simon is going to wake up and take a moment, deep breath, and he's going to reach under his bed and pull out a new dream journal. 'Cause for a snapshot under his bed, he's got a bunch of them. And he's going to write down as much of what he can remember from the dream. He's going to write down as quick as he can.
Okay.
And then he's going to get dressed and head out, because this is already the first anomaly. There was not an alarm last time we did this, right? There was not an alarm?
There was no alarm.
Oh, I'm going to look out my window. Is that meteorite still there?
So your windows would be facing out.
Okay.
It's the hallway. So once you leave the door or your room, you're able to look out. The meteor is still absolutely there, but like all the lights are on, and there is a swarm of drones out in the meteor, like in the crater, far more than there usually are, especially this time of night. It's practically daylight with the amount of lights that are in the crater right now.
Is the mining still not like we can tell that it's not active currently, or?
Yeah,
Okay,
it seems
okay.
like it.
Yeah. Just in case we were in like an alternate world where they were like, let's go. But I assume protocol is like, we just got to get to our automata, right?
Correct.
So I'm going, I'm not even running, like just firm strides, all confidence outwardly.
Yeah, as you guys are making your way towards it, you sort of like reconvene together, and you notice that there's quite a few. Usually, like when this kind of stuff happens, the sort of personnel that work within the crater kind of hunker down, get in their bunks, or somewhere safe. A lot of them are sort of like face pressed to the glass, looking down into the crater, just because of how it seems like the attention is in the center.
As soon as I like meet up with these two, I'm just gonna look at them sternly and I'm just like, "Hey, you two, has anyone talked to you about tending gardens lately?"
My jaw drops.
You fucking had that dream too, huh?
Well, I did.
Thought it was this. I kind of hold up the bottle.
No, I fucking died, and I saw you die as well.
Yeah, it didn't feel so good.
Yeah, I
No.
think. Alexis, I think you're. When we're done this, we should sit down and talk.
Yeah, well, I also think we need to not have this chat in the open. Let's get in our machines and we'll chat on the private channel. The station's hanging on by a bare thread. They cannot hear this, all right?
It's a really good idea.
I clap Simon on the shoulder. I turn around and I like pause before Wayne, like weirdly, and then I like kind of like squeeze his shoulder and like just turn away really quickly and head towards my machine.
Yeah, Wayne, I guess, doesn't seem so much in a rush to reach his automata as he kind of looks at both of them, looks at the scene around him. He's just like, "Oh, what's the point? Assuming we're just gonna fucking wake up tomorrow and do this all over again."
Alexis whirls around and runs and walks back and says, I said none of that fucking talk, all right? They cannot hear this, not from us. Private fucking channel. Please.
Whatever you say.
Please, Wayne.
Yeah, he'll head toward his automata.
Great. When you guys get to the hangar, it is the business as usual pandemonium before you guys are launched. Mechanics are scrambling to unhook your automata from their sort of like resting place. There's last minute like refueling of hydraulic fluid and oil changes and getting everything ready to go. Once they see you, three separate teams grab their rolling stairs to get you into position to get you up into your cockpits, and they are like seamless. They've done this like clockwork for you, and by the time you reach there, almost without missing a beat, you're able to walk up and get to your automata. I realized last time we didn't introduce your automata in terms of your call signs or your names that you've chosen for them. So Alexis, what is your automata's name?
Yeah, as I slide into my seat and those like fangs almost like slide into place covering me, like Alexis lets out a sigh because like being in here is like safe. You know what I mean? Outside is you're fragile, but like being here, at least that's where she feels safer. And she just clicks on her comms and says, Achilles, ready to go.
And it makes that sort of eerie, like almost scream that your axe does, but in a much more like internal way. Like you could tell that was just for you. It's not doing it sort of like outwardly. It's just kind of like giving you feedback, and you can tell that all systems are go. Weyne, what is your automata's name or call sign?
Weyne is gonna enter the cockpit, and as he does, he kind of like boom, 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 smacks the inside of it, and he's just like, back at it again, Strong Zero. My automata's name is Strong Zero.
Hell yeah.
I don't know if y'all know the Gaijin killer drink in Japan, but it's called Strong Zero, and they're great.
That's amazing. Yep, as you take your place, the interface lights up around you, and you can tell that it is ready for business. Ryan, what is your automata?
Simon goes up to where his cockpit is and sort of puts his lips really close to the side, and he whispers, I am a lost little lamb looking for solace in the night. And the ancient glyphs glow and rotate around, and he sort of gets in there, and it seals up again. And that like weird arcane glow sort of like lights up his face. And my robot is called Solace.
Nice. You guys go into launching procedures. However, this time, instead of being launched out into the corridor, a voice comes over your comms, and it's Commander Sandu, and he says, this one's going to be a little different. The attack is within the crater itself. Something is tunneling underneath and emerging through towards what I can only assume is the meteor. We need you to operate with extreme caution. You'll be fighting within the center of the base. Any sort of collateral damage is unacceptable. And he seems to say that very pointedly towards you, Weyne.
Yeah, as I hear the word collateral, I just scoff.
And he says, there are several priorities here. First and foremost, the protection of the base and the people in it. That is your main goal. Second, neutralize the horrors, obviously. And third and final, protect the meteor. Whatever they're trying to do, I assume the meteor is their goal. We need to make sure that they do not achieve it. Do you understand?
Sir, yes, sir.
Yeah, got it.
Affirmative.
You guys are brought up in an elevator to the top of the hangar, this time instead of being launched forward, and you are now standing kind of on top of the hangar outside as the ground below you seals up and puts almost like an extra like barrier as it covers the hatches that you guys emerge from. And in the center, down looking into the crater, you can see the ground breaking, and several horrors are scrambling out. The ones that you can see right now are just this big fleshy mass that is a mess of tendrils and arms, just grabbing out and pulling itself out. And they are like, at first, just kind of like almost like kittens trying to jump and get a string that's a little too high. They're just sort of like running full tilt and jumping and trying to reach the struts and the bottom of the meteor and hitting the ground and tumbling and then getting back up and going. The thing that's kind of most alarming about these is that doesn't seem to be like a front or a back or a side. So when they fall and hit the ground, they're almost ready to like act again because they are kind of 360 covered in these arms and tendrils that are constantly stabilizing them. You can tell that it's going to be very difficult to sort of like throw them off balance. That is what you see right now. There is about 4 of them.
How big are they?
I'd say they're about like They would come up to, if they were standing sort of like fully straight, they would come up to about the waist of your automata. Okay. Roll me some initiative, boys.
I got an 8.
Got a 6.
I got a 9.
Now, did our sleep get rid of any of our stress?
I was gonna say, yeah.
It didn't.
Weird.
I pushed it
Yeah,
again,
believe
too.
it or not, that was not exactly the most restful sleep.
Yeah.
And in fact, everyone does have to take another point of
An
stress.
additional
stress?
Oh.
God damn it.
Yep.
All right. Yeah, it is.
Simon, you are up first. As you look down, bow at the ready, you see these 4 horrors beginning to just run and jump. All 4 of them are sort of like jumping around, trying to get onto the struts and the meteor. They're right now unsuccessful, but you can tell that they are sort of, every time they make this jump, they reposition and get a little closer with every leap. What would you like to do?
From the top of the base, can I make a bow attack? I'm assuming I'm far enough away being up here.
What's your range on it?
It's long.
Yes, then you are good. You guys are 3 zones away.
Cool, so
essentially.
perfect. Simon draws back his hunched over robot, and he lets go a beam of light, sort of not thinking too hard about what happened last night, for 1 success.
Okay.
So that's medium damage.
Which is 5, right? If I'm not mistaken. You line up your shot. What does it look like? Which one are you going for?
He's just aiming for one that's sort of closest to him, sort of jumping up. I guess farthest away. Whatever one he thinks he could reach that no one else could. And he once again aims, takes a breath, tries not to think about the nightmare escape that they're in, or what the meteor might hold. And this time he holds true as the beam of light strikes.
Yeah, and this horror, it's pretty easy to tell the trajectory. The second it jumps up, you let loose, and you can see that this one gets a hand on one of the struts underneath the meteor, then gets absolutely blindsided by your bolt as it gets temporarily pinned to the ground before the bolt dissipates, and you do some damage because you pierce its ego field.
Also, my weapon has piercing, so it treats its ego field as 1 less.
Nice.
Oh, shit. Okay, so then...
So it effectively does 6 damage.
Yeah.
As Simon hits this horror, Wayne's just gonna kind of smirk and just be like, "Attaboy."
Nice one.
Its ego field maintains composure, but you can tell that you did a very solid hit on this thing as it begins sort of like writhing around, and for the first time you see it actually have a difficulty like get back up after you've seen it like hit the ground so many times and just kind of like pop back up with no problem. This time it seems to actually have a little bit of issue recalibrating and orienting itself. It is Achilles and Alexis's turn.
Yeah, how long am I going to have to travel to get to these things?
You would have to, pretty much your entire turn, you would have to use both your actions to dash.
Right.
I will, however, allow you to do a piloting check to like jump and see if you can sort of like clear more distance, and that will put you into the like whatever zone you want to be. Like you can try to aim where you want to go, because essentially you can only clear 2 zones, so you would still be 1 zone away if you were to move normally. But if you would like to use your slow action to jump, you can get right to them or whatever zone you would like to end up in.
But I could just also use my full turn to like dash and get there and be ready for next turn.
You would still have to move 1 zone in.
Okay. Fuck it. Let's do. And you said mobility, right?
Yes. No, piloting.
I'm gonna try to show off. I clap Simon on the shoulder and I say, "Nice shot. Now watch this." And I'm going to try to show off, so I get an extra dice.
Nice. Don't forget to roll your stress.
Oh, don't worry, I'm rolling them. That was a failure.
Okay. You... How do I want to treat this failure? You... Tell me what you think this failure looks like. What happens?
See, I don't know, because like with the serious tone, I don't want it to be like, "Oh, she trips up." I think it's like, you know what? I think I put this, like I run to the edge of the base and I try to do this giant like leap, and my foot goes through the edge of the base. Because again, like we're probably not used to fighting on top of this thing, or like it cracks and I'm like, fuck. And instead of like doing this big power jump, I just like do a regular one down and I'd start to kind of like dash over.
Yeah, you end up sort of like still very cool looking, one hand behind you, slide down into the crater. You are now down into it, but you'd still need to use your fast action to get into range next round.
Actually, you know what? Fuck it. let's just go ham. These are horrors here. This is important. I'm going to use Wondrous Machinery. First time I fail a roll in combat, I can instead use this talent to gain a single success.
Okay.
So I notice like it kind of like cracks, and then like as I'm sliding down, I'm like, fuck it, get your shit together, Alexis. And I know like roughly where like the support beams are, and I just like plant a foot on one of those and just launch into the air. I draw my axe and I just sail through the air towards these horrors.
You land with a thunderous rumble, and the horrors all immediately have switched from jumping to you. You can tell they all kind of like snap towards you and begin like all the hands just galloping full speed towards you.
And as I land, I say, "You guys like that?"
Not bad.
Are you impressed, Simon?
Yeah, Alexis.
I forgot this is a mechanic.
I'm gonna take a not bad from Weyne as a high compliment. So
yeah. That is high for Weyne.
for each person that's impressed, I do lower my stress by 1.
Okay, that's 2 stress away.
That's good, because now I'm only down to 1. For everyone's information, by the way, I am on 1 stability.
Oh, you're almost
Yikes.
breaking down.
When does your
huh?
stability go down? How does that work again?
Every time I panic, like if I roll more stress than successes, which has happened a few times now. So yeah, it's been a bad day for Alexis.
Wayne, it is your turn.
I have some questions regarding like spacing.
Yeah.
So you're saying so where we are, or where we started, they're 3 away. Are they in the 3rd zone away from us? So like basically there's 2 zone spaces between us.
Yes. Yeah.
And for range close that says engaged and short, what's the difference between engaged and short? Engaged is the same zone and short is the adjacent zone?
So engaged and short are both in the same zone. But engaged is like they're right next to you, whereas short is like they're...
Okay, so I'm still 1 away.
Yeah. So medium is up to 25 to 500 meters away in an adjacent zone.
Gotcha. I guess I'll just spend my turn moving to the adjacent zone, I guess.
Yeah, so I'll give you the same option. If you want, you can do the piloting roll to land in whatever zone you want, or you can do the 2 moves, and then you would have to spend a fast action to move on your next turn.
Or I get the charging on my next turn too, right? So I can
yes.
Move. Oh, so
Yeah.
then I'll just do that then.
Okay, great. How do you get down into the crater? What does that look like for Strong Zero?
I guess I just like kind of slide down the side as if I'm Tarzan sliding on those vines.
Okay.
As I spin around my green dragon and I get it ready to charge. As soon as I get within range, I'm going to leap and do like a charge attack next turn.
Amazing. It is the horror's turn.
Well-
There are 4. They see Alexis and Achilles first and foremost. You were the first one to make your big showy entrance. The one that was shot by Simon manages to get up, and it just like launches itself at you, sort of like mid-chest, trying to just like latch onto you. It is going to make an attack on you.
I am going to not... I won't block.
It does a bad job. It launches itself at you and just kind of like crashes into your chest, not being able to sort of like find purchase in these like articulating talons of Achilles. It's used to having something to hold on to. And at the second it does, Achilles like reflexively just kind of like flattens itself, and it just like slides down you and is now at your feet. Another one is going to do the same thing to you. This time they do it. This time, as they see the first one not being able to find purchase, so this one just runs full tilt at your like leg and your knee, and just with all of its hands like on one side, just go and like right hook your knee, causing you to kind of buckle down a little bit, and you're going to take 5 points of damage.
Right, as it blows through my ego field and does 1 point of damage to me. And let's see. That's a weird one. So I rolled 4 dice. I got 2 1s and 2 6s. But I don't think you get successes on the degradation.
No.
Fuck.
A degradation is every time
Yeah, it's a
you get a
1.
1.
So that's 2 away from my ego field,
Oh,
which
no.
really sucks.
Yep.
Damn.
The other 2 turn their attention to Weyne, and you see those tendrils that they've been using for support. They kind of like arch their back like a cat about to throw up, and lash these tendrils out to you, because you're just 1 zone away now, right? That was your plan where you
I'm
wanted
adjacent,
to be?
yeah.
Yeah. So they shoot these tendrils out and are going to the one goes for your legs and the other one is going for your arms, kind of trying to like bind your limbs up. They don't. The first one,
Hey.
you see those tendrils go forward. How do you avoid this attack?
As I'm like sliding down and kind of spinning my weapon around, I'm just gonna like swat them away, just smacking them to the side as I continue moving forward.
Yeah, you're able to like cut through them as well. You see a spray of like black and green like ooze just fly out as you're able to slash that one. But as you're going for the top ones, you don't notice the two at the bottom wrap around your feet. They got 3 successes.
Ooh.
So one is going to be used to hit you. Another one is going to be used by the grappling talent. And the other one is going to be used to deal an extra point of damage. So that's going to be 6 points of damage that you take.
Okay. So my ego field is 3, so I'll take 3, right? It's not great.
And now these tendrils are wrapped around your ankles. Strong Zero is like trying to pull away from them, but they're beginning to sort of like almost corrode into the metal.
These little freaks love me a little too much. I'm always getting wrapped up by things outside my bag, inside my bag. So are they considered engaged with me now that I'm wrapped up and grappled?
They are not. They are still one zone
Further
away
away?
from.
Okay,
Oh, they just have big, long reach.
And grappled means I can't move?
Correct.
Gotcha.
I didn't realize that grappling, as long as if a thing has grapple on it, it still counts as the zone that you're in. To like, you can grapple from like long range if it's if the tags are on there.
And how does one get out of grapple?
I believe you make a mobility check.
Okay.
For this ability, use a mobility check, and you can, as a fast action, you can use a mobility check to try to break free on your turn. Simon, it is your turn.
Okay. Bo has to recharge as the light goes out from the runes on it. Simon is going to try to get down to the ground.
Sure. Yeah, you can use your fast action to just move one zone. How far in do you want to go?
I just want to be, for this action, I'll just be at medium. Sorry, they're in Wayne's zone now. So if I'm...
Oh, no, Wayne's in medium, and then 4 of them are in short, and 2 are engaged with Alexis.
Okay, I'll go... So Wayne's already in medium.
Yeah.
And there's no monster with him in medium.
No.
Okay, I will move into Wayne's zone then. I will go down a long, go into medium, and then I'm going to roll an observation.
Sure.
1 success. Main thing I'm looking for is if knowing what maybe could have happened, I just want to make sure that there's no one human maybe trying to aid these things do with whatever they're trying to do. So I'm just looking for any outside interference.
Okay. Your glance first goes up and tries to see if there's anyone running along the catwalk like you saw those 3 people doing before. You don't see anyone above you, but you do, as you're sort of like tuning your sensors and you're letting Solace's sort of arcane sensors guide you in this moment, you get pings. The sigils and runes on your feet begin rippling up as it notices there are vibrations still underneath you.
So they're still digging. There's something else here.
You can tell that there are 2 more horrors underneath, and they seem bigger.
Yeah, these are the small fry. Let's clear it up, Alexis. You've got this.
It is Alexis' turn.
Yeah, you just watch your back, all right? I'm going to, with the support of Simon, I'm going to tap the big sis strand as I'm going to use my ego terror ability as a fast action, which I'm going to roll my ego. If I get a success, good things happen. If I don't, bad things happen. I'm going to push.
Bad things happen?
Yeah, bad things do happen. So if I push my roll but I panic, do I re-roll the panic and not do it? Like I've panicked right now, but I want to push my roll to try to get an additional success. So I would re-roll all dice, including stress, right?
I believe so. I'll allow you to re-roll all your dice.
All right, so I have 1 success so far, but that's not going to be enough because of my wonderful machinery. So, okay, amazing. So I got an extra success from that, added more stress, but the wonderful machinery thing, I get the 1 automatic success, but then my next one, I get 1 less success. So I needed at least 1, but the 1 hits, and that means that I negate the ego field of my target temporarily. until the end of my turn.
Are you going for the one that was wounded by Simon or the fresh one?
I'm going to go fresh one. I assume the fresh one was the one that hit me, right? It was, yeah. Yes. So I'm going to swing down on it because fuck that guy. Holy shit. Oh my god. I got 5 successes.
How much damage do you do?
I do 7 damage.
You don't need none of those successes. How do you one-shot this thing?
You see as it comes in, it like hits me and my leg buckles and my automata just like turns intimidatingly to face it. Almost like a mouth opens up in its chest. You see those talons like pulse outwards, like almost like my ego field swells and you see it like wash its away. And as it's reeling, my axe just comes down and like severs it in half.
You just obliterate this thing easily. The one that hits you kind of like recoils back for a bit and then begins just sort of like, have you ever seen a turtle when it's mad where it just kind of like keeps headbutting?
Yes.
It begins kind of like, it kind of keeps doing that to you. It's just like trying to like make you flinch almost, and it's just kind of like scurrying around you, like just kind of like lightly tapping your legs. Weyne, it is your turn.
So grappling says I drop my weapon and cannot move, so I guess the only action I can do is attempt to break free, which is an opposed close combat roll.
This is a special ability it has. You don't drop your weapon.
Okay. But I guess the only thing I can do is try to break free, I assume.
Right now, yes, it is a fast action to attempt to free yourself.
All right, which is an opposed close combat with my stress. I guess, yeah, I'm gonna try to break 3. That is 2 successes.
So I need to get 3 or more. I do not.
0. Oh, sweet. Oh, thank God.
I got 1, but not enough. How do you break free?
Is it a fast action to break free? Or is it
for this ability, it is.
Okay, gotcha. So I still have a slow action. Very nice. Yeah, I'm just gonna, I guess, if I didn't drop my weapon, I would just continue like swinging around and chopping whatever tendrils are around me enough to like loosen myself from their grip and then continue on towards them. And I guess I have a slow action to use, so I will attack them.
Yeah, because you can now with your charge, right?
Yes, so I can move 1 space when I attack. So I will do so, activating my gravitational pulse generator, which gives me a +2 modifier, which gives me, oh gosh, how many dice? 7, and then 9 dice plus 2 stress dice. So I have 11 dice rolling for this attack. And I do have, so here's what's confusing to me. The area tag allows me to hit an entire group of enemies, and each additional success I can target an additional enemy. However, the friendly fire tag that I also have says it cannot distinguish friend from foe. All targets, including allies in the target areas, are targeted when I decide to attack. So all enemies are targeted, so I don't need extra successes.
Oh, yeah, that's fair. If you only get 2 successes, I guess maybe if you get 3, you have to target me. Or I guess you can choose.
I think it's 1 success for everything.
Yeah, that's what it seems like. I think the friendly fire gives me. Yeah.
Oh, so you get to spend 1 success, and it just hits everything in the area.
It just hits everything,
seems like, including my allies. Yeah,
your ally. That's the downside of it.
I'm just bummed I roll 6 fucking successes, and I probably only needed 1.
Yeah,
God damn it.
Well, let's hope the extra successes. I'll just I'll do stuff on. I'll stunt the other folks. Okay, so that is. Oh my god. With 11 dice, I only get 1 success. But I do hit absolutely everyone. So as I do charge forward, you see the blade part of my weapon. There's these mechanisms like, and they wreath the blade in this like red glowing energy flame. And then as I swing, the blade almost gets bigger and it creates almost like a crescent moon looking just area of effect of this like plasma red energy, hitting absolutely everything for 7 heavy damage, including you guys close to me, unfortunately, if you guys are adjacent or engaged with me.
Not me.
And then I get a free stunt to immediately force my target prone. Does that mean I can force all my targets prone or choose?
I'm going to say you have to choose a target, like your main target, and then that will...
Gotcha. Whichever one... Was it 2 that grappled me?
Yes.
Just 1?
It
Just
was
one of
It was
those.
two tried to, but
Okay.
if you want to target the one that was grappling you, for sure.
I will absolutely target the one that grabbed me because I'm mad. Yeah, it's almost like a shockwave of like fiery plasma energy that like shoots out like a crescent blade and just like hits everyone.
How you doing, Alexis?
Sorry.
Well, I just took 7 damage from that.
Yeah.
So really not well. Let's see. That would be an extra 5 damage.
This also does have piercing, so I treat the ego fields as if they were one
Okay,
lord.
so
Jesus Christ. Alexis is dead.
I'm on 1 health because I just took 6 damage from my friend. Didn't degrade my ego fields, thankfully.
Hey, move out of the way, Alexis.
What the fuck? I had this handled. Did you not hear the captain?
There's too many of them.
No collateral.
Okay, how much damage did you do? 7?
To everything.
7, yeah. Yeah, with 1 piercing, yeah.
So the one that Simon hit gets absolutely obliterated. It's gone. The other 2 that are left are also looking bad. I gotta roll 2 degradation checks. Damn it. Yeah, there you go. Fields get fucked by this as well.
Just to be fair, would you say that this would possibly put a strain on me and Alexis's strand just because I hit her in combat?
Unfortunately, I think she's kind of used to it at this point, but like,
Okay.
you know, unless I decide to break one.
Your strand is also like not a positive one, if I remember
It's
correctly. Like you kind of have a disdain for,
Yeah.
right? So I think this, if anything, enforces that strand.
Yeah, sure. Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to take another. I'm going to make one of anger, hatred.
Oh, gosh.
Okay, it is the horror's turn. The one that tried to grapple you, Wayne, is gonna just come in for an attack. It misses. It's still sort of like singeing, and there's kind of like a residual backdraft of energy from as it like charges force. Your green dragon like expels a little bit of energy just after the attack, and it like flinches back a bit, and it doesn't go through with the attack. And the other one is going to try to, the one that's running around and headbutting your legs, Alexis, is going to try to attack you.
I'm gonna
and it
block.
just continues to find, you don't need to, it misses. It just keeps like doing ineffective attacks. However, Simon, the horrors that you're aware of explode out from the ground. These ones are just huge masses of flesh. There are no sort of distinguishable features. They look like someone has just tore the bones and organs out of people and just dropped piles of skin on top of each other that have now begun to sort of like meld together. They look like just a big flesh pile. However, in the center of them is this vertical gaping maw that opens up every now and then, and you can see it sort of like spit out this acid that corrodes into the ground. And you see both of these things regurgitating for a second and then spew a stream of corrosive acid at the supports of the meteor. It is your turn, Simon.
So what zone are they in? Like to me, are they in the same zone? Do they appear next to me? Are they a zone over?
I mean, technically they're like one zone away from you.
Okay, so I can't use my bow. So for the first time, Simon channels every past pilot of Solace and every terrible thing that's ever happened to them. He gets little memories of that, blinks of every time that someone's failed to carry out Solace's mission. And in his hand, a black crackle of energy shoots out, and I'm gonna attack one of these vomit guys with my curse.
Curse? That sounds scary.
It is. Well, I'm gonna be rolling like 13 dice for this. Fun thing about it, that's a lot of dice. Bad thing about it, I'm gonna take a damage for every one I roll.
Oh no.
Oh, I do take a damage for my attack as well, as some of the shockwave lashes back
Oh
at me.
no, 1 damage?
Yeah, hey, I'm at 3 HP right
I'm
now,
at
so
1.
not great. Yeah, sorry. Hey, they call me the collateral for a reason.
That's gonna be 4 successes,
Okay.
3 failures, so I take 3 damage,
Oof.
and one of those is on a stress dice, so I roll panic.
Oh.
Um,
So 1d6 plus whatever your stress level is.
yeah, so that took how much HP do I have? Oh, that took half my HP.
We're doing well, boys.
Um,
Yikes.
And I just roll panic real quick.
This isn't even the dream, Seraph.
Okay.
You saw.
Yeah, we're good. That's only a 5 in total, so nothing happens the
Nice.
first time. And it takes 5 points of damage.
Is that still subject to Eagle Field?
Yes, it is. But I'll stunt it so it does 2 more.
So 7 points of damage. So I'm going to say there's one left or right, essentially. Which one are you going for?
Right.
Yeah, they're kind of like on either side of the meteor where the struts are, and they're just kind of spitting up at the struts that are kind of holding it in place. And that one takes a shit ton of damage. What does this curse look like? Like, what is it? How does it manifest?
So all the
in
rooms
damage?
usually glow in my eyes like a light blue. So when he goes to use this kind of negative energy, they grow like a bright dark purple, and it's just like a bolt of lightning.
Yeah, that crackle of electricity like rips through it, and the stream of that acidic acid stops for a second as it convulses a little bit before it can recompose itself.
Sorry to interrupt, Dane. I ignore all Eagle Field with that attack.
Oh shit! Then you kill it.
Hell yeah.
Nice. And so this is even better. So now, because of my Soul Siphon ability, I'm going to roll Empathy and hopefully gain some health back.
Does that only happen when you kill something, or is it whenever something
Yeah,
dies?
only when I kill a foe.
Because you did 7 points, right? You did 5 plus 2 stunts to.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
And I gain 3 HP back. Yay!
That's amazing.
Damn. Okay. Very
pretty good.
cool. As you send out this like torrent of electricity, it rips through it, and you can see sort of almost like a pullback, like a beam of electricity shooting back towards you in that dark purple. So there's this black beam of electricity that you're shooting out from your hands, and into the center of your chest there is like a purple beam of electricity funneling back into. You could see your runes like sort of turning color as well, and they ripple out with that sort of like purple energy, and you see sort of like repairs happening. The runes begin like flashing and glowing and sparking at the places where you took a little bit of stress from that blast.
So that would be my slow attack. I haven't moved, right? So I can use a fast one technically?
Yep.
Alexis, you're looking banged up, right?
I'm on 1 HP.
Alexis, it's okay. You're gonna do this, okay? So Simon reaches out his hand once. I have to show all my cool shit. And as a fast action, I can take those 3 temporary hit points I gained, and I can transfer them to Alexis. So this time, the light changes one more time, and back to that like nice, bright, soft blue. And it sort of reaches out. Another bolt of energy crosses the battlefield and hits Alexis's. And hers is a prototype, so I don't know how yours sort of deals with this weird, old, arcane nonsense, but you gain 3 temporary hit points back.
I feel like more of those like almost like spikes just start like growing up almost like organically over the long like flaming slash that Weyne left in my side.
Yeah, I feel like you see there's also like there's some like arcane sigils that have appeared. Like they float over the areas of damage, and they're just kind of like spinning and shooting sort of like little bolts of electricity that are like feeding in like energy and repair magic into you as well. They're just like little circles rotating around you. It is your turn.
Fucking hell, Simon. That was amazing. Now watch this. I'm going to try to show
Go,
off.
Alexis, go!
I'm going to try to do what he did and finish this in one. As I charge this, twist the handle on my axe as like more spikes come out, and I'm just going to like try to bury it right in the back of this thing.
Of the like spinny
the
guy?
remaining spinny boy.
So you're still engaged with the one horror. There's still 2 of the little guys, and he's engaged with
I thought he was done.
No, there's still 2 left.
That's so much less fun and cool.
You can do a mobility roll, a pilot roll to leave your threatened area.
What happens
and
if I
still do
fail that?
It gets an attack. It's essentially like an attack of
Yeah,
opportunity.
all right, fuck it, let's go. It's the bigger threat here. That's 1 success. That's all I need.
Yeah.
Oh,
then
fuck.
you get through.
But it is a panic roll.
Uh-oh.
And that is an 8, which I believe is a stability loss, right? Which brings me to 0 as you see I like jump out of the way of this this creature, and then it like swings, and like as I'm going down like to block it, like it's just it almost gets me, and I'm so close to being dead a second ago. Like I don't really know the extent to which I've been healed either. And as I'm running towards this thing, you just hear over comms, "Now do your fucking job, Weyne! Seriously, why do we even have you on this fucking team if you're useless? You're damaging us! You're ruining everything! Do your fucking job. Keep it contained. Me and Simon have these ones, alright? We'll talk when we're back.
You're killing these things. What are you talking about?
You're killing me, mate. You're killing all of us. I guess that's what you're fucking good at, isn't it?
Yeah, we're all fucking dead anyways.
I am gonna tap the strand. Oh, I can't tap strands when I'm freaking out, can I?
I don't think so. When
Yeah.
you're
Oh,
in
no.
your breakdown.
Yeah. I also, I guess, don't have the wherewithal to show off, so I'm not gonna get that extra dice as I go for this hit regardless. That is 3 successes. I'm swinging 3 successes. I'm going to do 3 points of extra damage. Or sorry, 2 points of extra damage. So one's a hit, 2 points of extra damage.
So 9 total.
9 total. As I twist that axe, there's a screech, and I bury it in, and those spikes get left behind again, like almost like that zipper. See, Wayne, this is how you fucking do it. You're a fucking liability.
You do kill it in 1 then.
Are you fucking impressed, Wayne? Are you fucking impressed?
No, you're acting like a fucking maniac.
You're acting like a fucking liability. Fucking loose cannon.
Yeah, you all knew that when you hired me, so.
I didn't fucking hire you, and I wouldn't.
So you just killed a little guy or the big guy?
The
Big
big
guy.
spitter.
Nice. So there's only 2 little ones left?
Big spitter.
Yes, 2 little guys left. And it is Wayne's turn.
Are they in the same zone?
Yep.
All right. And that's my zone?
Yep.
Or the... Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm going to try to take them both out. And now Alexis isn't in my zone, right? She's moved?
No, she's still in
Oh, she's
your
still...
zone.
Help. Sorry. I guess I'm going to have to swing again. Alrighty.
I'm gonna... Oh, fuck, I can't do it. I can't break a strand with him.
Ooh.
Oh, that's true.
I have 1 on my gear dice. Is that bad?
Yeah, so your gear degrades by 1, so...
Okay. How much does HP does it have or whatever?
And so you lose a bonus. So like it's giving you a
I
+2,
see,
so
it's
now
giving
it
me
only
a
gives you a +1.
Gotcha. And that's until I repair it, I guess.
Correct.
Okay. Well, I do have a success. Only 1 apparently. Again, this time, even though I'm rolling 11 dice, hitting everyone for another 1 -1 piercing, 7 damage to everyone. That's not good.
All right, my durability is gone, and I berserk.
Oh no.
Everything under the sun with Alexis today is not going to be good.
So you're in your breakdown and you're berserking.
Yeah.
Well, this does kill both of the remaining horrors.
Yeah,
Alexis.
and I'm at 2 HP now. I almost do this out of anger, in reaction to what Alexis has been telling me. You just hear a violent grunt as I just swing the crescent moon of energy shoots out, hitting everyone almost either intentionally or Wayne doesn't give a shit anymore. Like previously, maybe when he does his attacks, he tries to avoid hitting his allies as much as possible. Obviously with failures, but this time it's almost as if he doesn't give a shit anymore. He's hitting everything.
Yeah, you see this arc of fire cut right into Achilles, and Alexis goes flat on the ground, and you see it's almost bisected, and then those talons start to go and stick up almost like spikes, where they all invert and start to stick out, and Achilles slowly pushes himself to his feet, and you just hear, "You fucking idiot, you fucking idiot, why are you here, why are you fucking here?" And you just see all these spikes just continue to grow out. On your fucking knees and say sorry. On your fucking knees and beg fucking forgiveness. You fucking loose, you liability.
Are we out of combat now?
Well, so the big point of interest here is that berserking will end when danger is past, but I guess it's up to Alexis to decide whether or not you are the danger. Chris, so that's going to be what happens here in the next second.
Thanks.
Well, this big spiky mech is pointing at you and saying, "Get on your fucking knees."
I don't. I actually walk right up and get right in your face. Hey, listen here, kid. No one fucking hates Wayne Dow more than me. Alright? I've heard it all.
I'm gonna punch him in the face.
Alright. I'll take it.
How do I say stop this from happening?
It's 2 successes. First one's gonna be a punch, second one's gonna be a grapple.
Ooh.
How much damage do you do?
It's a punch,
Yeah,
so I don't know. I assume 3?
Yeah, we'll say light
Yeah.
since you're not built for
Okay.
punch.
Does that...
Yeah.
go through my ego field? Because my ego field's 3, so
Yeah, you're
I
good.
just maybe just get knocked over and grappled.
Sure. I think if it meets the threshold, you still have to roll for degradation. But then I grapple and I just I punch him and then just force him down to the ground. And it's you're a fucking worm. Say you're a fucking worm. You fucking liability.
As I fall to the ground, you just hear Weyne chuckle a little bit. You got it in you to kill me, kid? Do it.
It's all fair game with you in there. We're just killing our friends, aren't we? Why don't we just fucking kill Simon next, eh?
Please don't do that part.
Simon, stop being a fucking coward for once in your fucking life.
Yeah, Weyne just lays there, doesn't resist, looks up, waiting to see what happens.
Say it. Say you're a fucking worm.
I ain't saying shit.
I'm going to hit him again.
Yeah, that's what Weyne wants.
Another punch or another axe attack?
It's a punch. 1 success.
Does berserking count as panicking? I'm trying to find a way to stop this.
So,
Alright,
I guess 3 more.
Ego degradation again.
Simon, you're standing on the sidelines and you're watching Alexis. Achilles is more or less now mounted Weyne and Strong Zero and is just hauling off and punching. You can see the ego shield shatter and reform and shatter and reform. What would you like to do?
Alexis, just stop it, all right? For God's sake.
As Alexis is punching Strong Zero, she says, Simon, I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. You're not a coward, but you're not a coward. You're not. You're great. You did so well. Simon, I would never hurt you. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say you're great. You're the best of us.
No, Alexis. Look what happened to us last night. Look what we're standing next to.
Yeah, look at what we're standing next to. A coward, a traitor. He's trying to hurt us. He's a worm. Look at you, Weyne. On the ground where you belong.
Alexis, last night he was willing to die with us in that field.
Yeah, he chose that, didn't he? He got grabbed by vines, mate.
But he would do it happily, obviously too happily. But we have a mission to do, okay? And we need him to do it, Alexis.
Then admit you're a fucking worm, Weyne.
Alexis.
Yeah, he won't do this. He won't apologize. He won't do shit. He'll just damage and cut and hew. You are a fucking coward. I'm punching again.
Yeah, can I roll a command to try to at least stop the panicking? I might not be able to start the berserking of the robot, but can I affect his mental?
As this happens, Achilles raises his fist and then unclenches. And you see his face turns towards the corpse of the large spewer to the side. And Alexis get him. Fucking, what are you doing? And Achilles climbs off on all fours like an animal and leaves Weyne in the dirt and starts crawling over to this large hewn splitter. Fucking get him, he's a fucking worm! And you see he reaches out and he grabs this big monster, and that mouth on her chest where you saw the ego field burst out of and shatter the ego field defenses of the horror before, gapes wider and wider, and you see almost more fangs unfurling from inside. What are you doing? Get him, he's a worm! And you just see Achilles push this creature into its chest and start to munch and mulch and consume it. What are you doing? No! And Alexis starts to remember that this isn't the first time this has happened.